Actually, my title for this evening's broadcast, aside from Quarantiki number 143, how did
Oh
that
my
happen?
god.
Yeah, we're catching up to like 3 years doing this thing. I don't understand how that happened. Well, yeah, I do. The world shut down for 2 years, but aside from that, it was a little bit of a stressful week this week. So yeah, we had a memorial service for a friend of ours. We had to fly out. There was airlines had all sorts of problems. So all just more stress than we wanted to deal with. So we needed some time to just sort of vegetate. And what do you do when you vegetate? You binge watch TV shows, right? So we binge watched the first two and thus far the only two seasons of Ted Lasso, which I was expecting Ted Lasso to be the prototypical bumbling, stumbling American tossed into some sort of foreign world and like just so happens to be good. Ted's actually good at his job. He does this intentionally. This isn't. It's much better than I expected. Much, much better. And then, well, Star, who hasn't been feeling well, would fall over asleep, and I'd stay up. So I needed to watch something else.
Because he couldn't watch the Ted Lasso without me.
She would not let me watch Ted Lasso without her. So, well, I've been kind of waiting for them to get through the entirety of the release, but they're not going to do that for a while. So I just watched the first half of the final arc of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War. If you're into anime, especially if you are into Bleach, yeah, this is the final arc. It's good. It's good. Reveals a lot of things about our dear friends that you don't care because most of you probably don't watch anime. And if you do, you probably already know, so I'm not going to bore you with details on that. But first up,
You have a new shirt.
I have a new shirt. Yes. Oh, right. There's other bad news today. My beloved Miami Dolphins played in a playoff game, so yay! And we lost. But we only lost by 3 to the juggernaut that is the Buffalo Bills, and we were playing a rookie quarterback, and we had practice squad players on our O-line, so I'm really not actually all that sad about that. We made it a really good game, and nobody gave us a chance, and we pushed the Bills pretty much as far as they could go. So now they'll go and win the Super Bowl or something. I don't know. Chiefs fans, don't yell at me. All right, so that was kind of... So how that went. Star said, "You got a new shirt." I said, "Yes, I've got a new shirt." And I looked down and said, "Oh, I'm wearing my Miami Dolphins shirt," which is not the new shirt. This is the new shirt. This is Off-World Designs, right? Seward Street Studios. Sorry. Nice design with little multicolored tiki heads on it. Just black t-shirt. Yep, very, very cool. So there we go. We got a new t-shirt. What else did I do? I finished this book, Lift Your Spirits, right? Lift Your Spirits is essentially an ode to cocktail culture in New Orleans. It's a quick read. It's got the drink recipes you would expect in it and a little bit of history about New Orleans and its drinking culture. It's a quick read. It's an interesting read if you happen to be interested in what is the most foreign of U.S. cities to the rest of America. I urge you to go ahead and pick up Lift Your Spirits. It was quite nice. What else did we do? While we weren't in Kansas City, we were in Wichita. When your plane gets canceled, you suddenly can spend a little more time in the city that you're stuck in, and that allows you to go to the tiki bar that Wichita has. So we did that. We actually brought a couple of people over from the memorial service, and we all had some tiki cocktails and drowned some of our sorrows in rum. This is the lava and tonic rocks glass, or double rocks glass, Mai Tai glass. We have Nancy and Vince here with us, so we have studio audience. Yay! And they brought with them, well, they forwarded on to us a drink recipe that we were going to try and do over Christmas, and we ended up not doing over Christmas, and so we're going to try and do that. That is going to be the first drink up, which is, it's a drink called the Ice-Berg, right? Yep. And they were both like, this is amazing. And we're like, okay, we should try this at some point. So we're going to do that this evening. That would be the first of our drinks. Excellent. You know what I love? I love having friends that travel to other parts of the world, especially when those friends decide to bring you back presents that you can't get here in the United States.
I'll turn on my microphone, Amanda.
So a couple of things recently came across my way from folks that had been traveling outside the
In
country.
fact, Elizabeth just asked if we'd partaken.
I wasn't gonna say, but yeah. Yeah, so here you go. So these say Havana Club on them. Nowhere on these does it say Bacardi, because this isn't Havana Club Bacardi. This is Havana Club Cuba. So I have been able to restock my Havana Club Cuba, which was great because I was getting low on the Havana Club, especially the 3-year, where I started with one of these and I'm down to this. So I thought, as long as we're doing a tasting this evening, we should taste some of this.
Excellent.
Right?
And I have a toast.
You have a toast.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
All right. We're just gonna. I love these glasses. They're great, but not for close-up work. I am nearsighted. I can see what I'm
I got
doing.
new glasses too.
She did.
Yeah.
Her glasses look great also, don't they? Yes, you should all comment. Her glasses look great. Otherwise, she'll wind up with a complex. Won't you?
Yeah. I have a cat drinking my water.
You do.
Yeah.
Maybe that means we're not giving our cats enough water. What do you think?
Well, I take these over to our guests.
Yep. Go. Shoot. Shoot. That goes.
That goes in the infinity
That's
bottle.
going in the infinity bottle.
And our
Yeah, baby.
toast is, fingers crossed, it's just an offer. Matt and Gabby have an offer on their house.
Sweet.
So,
To selling one's home. Well, I
when
mean,
you've already moved out of it.
when you want to
Yeah,
sell your home,
yeah.
not like involuntarily selling your home.
That's the
This
real
is the
deal.
real deal. This is the Cuban 3-year.
Isn't that smooth?
Other one's a Cuban 7-year.
Yeah, we're gonna try that next. So you would normally compare, if you were gonna compare the Havana Club 3 to something that's readily available here.
Okay, Keith says the font is similar to the other Havana Club.
So comparison to the Bacardi Superior would be about the first thing that I would think of. And this has an incredibly different flavor profile to it. It's smoother. It is aged longer than Bacardi Superior. It does have a little bit of color on it. It's really hard to see in this light, but it's slightly yellowish. There is, I don't know, there's it's not petrol in the same way that Bacardi is petrol, but it is, there's a fuel oil component to this on the back end, which I know sounds nasty, but it's not. It's just, it's what it triggers in my brain is that nose. I don't know why. Don't know why. But we should make a cocktail instead of just sipping this. And after we make a cocktail, then we can go back and try the 7-year. So let's see, the Ice-Berg. What is the Ice-Berg? The Ice-Berg is a blended cocktail.
Matt clinked the monitor to toast with us.
Yay! Someday we'll get to Sunken Harbor. Someday we'll get to New York for drinks. New York City for drinks. And we do have, so this requires Underberg. And Underberg comes in these little, it comes in a variety of different ways. But each one of these packages contains either 4 or 5 of these little bottles that say Underberg on them. And they're sort of a bitter, sort of an Amaro kind of thing. Think...
I think they're an
Ye-
after-meal digestive.
Yeah, I mean, think Jaeger-ish. think Fernet Branca-ish, but not with the mint from the Fernet Branca. I'm going to actually make a double and put it all in one container, so I think we can manage that. So this starts off with lemon juice. Actually, it starts off with orgeat. Why? Because I traditionally like to put my sweet, thick, viscous component in my jigger first, and that way, when I add the acid component, it helps clean out the jigger. You'll sometimes see me actually stick a finger in the jigger and swirl it around. Don't do that if you have a professional bar. All right, so it's 1 ounce of orgeat. I have this bottle, which is Liquid Alchemist orgeat, which is fine. I really, really prefer homemade orgeat, and so I took the last of my homemade orgeat and I mixed it with the remainder of this Liquid Alchemist orgeat. Anything's better than the Torani almond syrup thing. Yeah, don't do that. I mean, in a pinch, sure. Don't call it a Mai Tai, though. All right, so this is going to be 1 ounce per cocktail, so that is 2 ounces of orgeat.
Years ago, we used it as orgeat.
We did, and I quickly moved on from that. But we did. The very first tiki party we ever threw, we used the Torani almond syrup as our version of orgeat because it's what we had access to. It was a wasteland here in Northern Virginia. Second ingredient would be 3/4 of an ounce of lemon, which would be, in this case, since it's double, 1.5 ounces. Insert joke you've heard many, many times before about teach your kids fractions so they can make you cocktails. I'm never going to let that one go. And then tequila. So for this drink, it was actually recommended that we use this tequila, I believe.
Yep.
The Arete. Yep. Arete. Yep. I'm looking over at these guys because they've actually had the drink. I have not opened this. Although this is the Blanco, and the recipe I have for the drink actually calls for Reposado.
The recipe is for Reposado.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to go with the Blanco because it's what I got. I could mix this half and half with the Reposado, but what the heck? We'll find out. I got to see. This is the part about having stupid progressives. I can see everything here. It's like, where's my recipe board? Oh, it's over there. It's 1 ounce of tequila for a single cocktail, so 2 ounces of tequila. Really? That makes a double? That makes 2? It just looks so small, but it probably was served in a coupe, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna not use a coupe. We're gonna use the Nick and Nora glasses, the stemmed Nick and Noras that I have that have the tikis on them. And I think this will work with the Underberg, right? Sure, why not? Seems fine. We need a bunch of ice in this, right? My wife got me ice, and I lost my scoop. So that's usually what happens. So I'm going to go with a single scoop of pebble ice, scoop of some cubed ice, and then about a half scoop of the pebble ice. And then we're just going to stick this. Oh, we need to do this. Sorry. My makeshift protect my brand new computer from spills. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we're supposed to blend this, the instructions I have, blend this until it is of milkshake consistency. This seems like it could take a while.
And I did it before.
La 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 la. Glass is getting frosty. My fingers are getting cold.
You forward that to me. I can post a link to it.
Well, this certainly isn't milkshake consistency, but I don't care. We're going to go with this. Because I'm sure you don't want to just stand there watching me blend something. So we're going to pour a little in there. You know what I could do? I could put a light strain on this to keep out the big cubes, but apparently I'm not going to. All right. Maybe didn't need a double because there's plenty left in that container. I've never actually had Underberg before. I've never even opened one of these packages, so bear with me as I figure out how do I get into this. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah. Yeah, let's not do that. There's an Underberg right in there. Oh, that is bracing, actually, the Underberg, just straight. It does taste kind of like a mix of an Amaro and bitters. It really does. Star would hate it. It is reminiscent of Malort to my flavor profile. Which means, you know, we could probably do this drink with Malort instead. Yeah. Yeah. We'd never get Star to drink it. And there you go. That's all there is to it. There's no mixing of the Underberg. There we go. So we're going to go find straws for this. And we have a straw and a straw. And yes, I can. So we're going to hand this to you. Got that? And the two of you, let the two of you share that one. Star and I will share this one.
You have to tell us if it's comparable to
At all close.
the one you made.
I'm sure it will be superior to.
Ah, see the picture.
Oh, we're getting picture taken.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, that is quite nice.
Tequila, orgeat, and lemon. I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
and the Underberg, because
Oh.
this is now empty. Oh, no, not quite. There we go.
Actually, I think when you stir the Underberg in, it really
Changes the cocktail.
makes it. All right. But I like Amaros.
Oh, there's more in that bottle than I thought there was.
Yeah, the Edinburgh doesn't come out easily.
Yeah.
All right, so now I have to try this
Yeah, now
before
we have
you.
to try it again.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a pine note from the Edinburgh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Amaro is definitely coming. I can see, if you didn't have access to Underberg, I can see playing around with a couple of Amaros to get a similar profile to that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes me want to pull out my bottle of Mastilla and use that with some lemon and some tequila and a little orgeat and see how that would work out.
See, you introduce us to a new drink, and then you come over and we make it for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
How rough is that, right? I mean, that's just terrible, having to do that. Wait. You get one. Oh yeah, I don't have a drink. Okay.
That is
But there was some left.
Oh. There is some left. Oh look.
But there's no Edinburgh in that.
Got no Underberg in that one.
throw in some Malort.
Yeah.
Sure. I said 2/3 of an ounce is in that, right? Yep.
Not really like anything I've ever had until I first tried it, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I do really like Amaro drinks.
Finish it.
Oh. I tagged Deb Kashiba when we show off the shirt again, because I gave her a call out, and then she said, "Ooh, thanks for the call out."
Right. That's who it. Oh, right. Okay. So this is with somewhere between 1/2 ounce and 3/4 of an ounce of Malort added to it instead of the Underberg.
And you should go try.
Is it similar?
It doesn't have the same complexity.
Okay.
It does have that bitter note
Uh-huh.
because it's Malort, right? It's not overpoweringly bitter, so I think you could actually handle it. I would personally think it needs some bitters added to it. So I'm going to reach over and add a couple of dashes of Angostura. Like 5. Let's see if that gets the bitterness there. Coloration starts to look more like it.
The Jaeger might be a good and accessible substitute.
Yeah. That's a perfectly fine, yummy little thing. It does not have the intensity that the Underberg has.
That pine resin really helps.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pine resin comes through.
Yep.
While Seward Street Studios is online, besides this shirt, what we get most from them is decals, stickers, especially reflect ones for the cars and stuff. And I just picked up a tiki swizzle from them that I'm going to put on the car.
You can put reflective stickers on the back of your tiki hat, so when you're stumbling from one tiki bar to another, you don't get hit by a car. See, that works.
Yeah.
There you go. Rinse that out. Ta-da! Everybody still have your tasting glasses?
Yes.
Yes? Well then, you should have some water. And then try the Havana Club, because I think the Underberg will do really bad things too.
Oh, Pooch is in his happy spot.
That's yum. I did rinse it. Okay, we're gonna just go here.
Go up and get your fill.
First one's free.
Then you have to go to Canada or Belgium.
Pretty much any place else in the world aside from the United States is where you need to go.
So this is the what now?
This is the Havana Club 7-year. Yeah.
We're not worthy.
You are quite welcome. And I know, you're saying, what does the Ice-Berg or Havana Club rum have to do with you guys watching television shows? Not a thing. We'll get to that. Those are the last 2 cocktails that we're going to do. I need to have some water. A little leady, some PVC. No, it's just... All right, so the 7-year Havana Club. What might you compare the 7-year Havana Club to? You might compare it to the Bacardi 8-year. Okay, not this Bacardi 8-year, because this Bacardi 8-year is actually aged in rye casks, which adds a completely different funky note to it, but I don't have my Bacardi 8 here, my regular plain old ordinary. The nose is definitely more woody, more oaky than it's Game of Thrones. It just came on? Okay. Low Straitjackets doing the theme from Game of Thrones. Yeah. It's just... It's so good. There's no added sugar to this, but it definitely finishes sweet. You think it's going to come across at the sort of mid-palate with a whole bunch of oak, because there's this kind of buildup of wood, and then it goes away, and it kind of finishes on this sweet vanilla note, and you're like, man, if they'd left that 30 seconds longer in the cask... Yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. I would love to make cocktails with this, but I'm not going to, because it's just My wife runs upstairs and runs back downstairs, and I'm like, what have you got? What are you doing? That seems like a fine thing to do. Showing off stickers. Go for it.
So this is the Tiki Swizzle that we got. So you can go on the back of your computer. But we're going to put it on the car.
We'll have to put that on the back of the car before we take off for Inuele.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
And we got Falernum, Orgeat, Lime, Passion Fruit.
Flavor is life. Soccer is life, right? No, not soccer. Football is life.
Football is life.
Football is life. Which is a perfect segue to the next drink, which I'm going to lovingly call So Long, Earl. So, in the TV show Ted Lasso, an American college football coach goes to coach a club soccer team, right? Which is Richmond, and Richmond plays at an old Greyhound track, and so of course their mascot is the Greyhound, and or the Greyhounds, and they, of course, the old groundskeeper has a dog that is their mascot, and that dog's name is Earl. So this is a shout out to Earl. So what are you gonna do when your mascot is a Greyhound and you're looking for a cocktail? You make a Greyhound cocktail, right? Well, Greyhound cocktails are actually kind of boring cocktails. Here's how you make a Greyhound cocktail. You take a glass, you put some ice in it, you poison your glass with vodka, and then you fill the rest of that glass, your standard rocks glass, with fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. And there you go. That's a Greyhound cocktail. That seems kind of underwhelming and a little boring to me. So, and not deserving of the wonderful pup that Earl was. So, we got to do something different. All right, what are we going to do? Well, the dirty little secret is I haven't yet decided, but it's going to be based on a Greyhound cocktail, and it's not going to use vodka.
You're going to wing it live on air.
I'm going to wing it live on air.
Excellent.
So, normally, you can also make a Greyhound with gin. And there are plenty of weird gins out there that would get you all sorts of interesting flavors. There's the Whitley Neal rhubarb and ginger gin, which would be pretty interesting, which we should really taste at some point.
Yeah.
And I would just as soon taste this before trying to mix it into a cocktail, because don't know. The other thing you could do is go with a nice clear rum. But if I'm going to be substituting for gin in a cocktail, and I'm going to be substituting a rum for that, I usually don't use just a clear column still rum. I usually reach for some sort of agricole, and that's what this is. This is a French-style agricole La Favorite. It's from Martinique. Has to be in order to be called a rum agricole. It is made straight from sugarcane juice. The sugarcane juice is fermented. And I'm so glad that people are paying attention to me on the air, because everybody else in this room is currently taking pictures of our two cats that are cuddled up together and cleaning each other in, I would describe it as a puppy pile, but it's a kitty pile. I think it's awfully cute, but yeah, no one's paying attention to me. I see where I come in.
We are.
I'm just not nearly as cute as our two cats, which is, I understand that. That's true. I'm not. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and shake this cocktail. I am going to start with 1.5 ounces of La Favorite. I have no idea where my wife is going. So there's 1.5 ounces of rum. And then, well, the scene in which Earl departs the show has to do with one of the club players, who is known, his catchphrase is, "Football is life," which demonstrates a certain passion for life. So I'm thinking there's got to be some passion fruit in this, right?
Yes.
But it's a pretty strong passion, so we're going to go with the Passoa instead of just reaching for passion fruit syrup, which I have on hand. But we're going to go with the Passoa, which is a passion fruit liqueur, which will add a little backbone to this. This comes in at 20% alcohol, so for a liqueur, yeah, it's up there. So we're going to go just a half ounce. It's also that wondrous reddish color from passion fruit, so it's the red passion fruit. Or maybe they just color it red because of passion, I don't know. Yes, passion fruit does come in a red and a yellow variety, by the way, so in case you were missing that. So already we've adulterated this because, well, it's not gin, it's not vodka, and there was no sweetening agent in the original. It was just grapefruit juice, and there's cake.
Or death.
There is no death. There will be no death. We are not doing death.
Only cake.
Only cake. Only cake. Great. Totally throwing my game off here. So the question becomes, do I need a sour component to this? Passion fruit is really tart, but it is not sour. But we're going to add grapefruit juice to this. So I'm thinking no on the sour. Is the passion fruit liqueur going to be sweet enough for this? Grapefruit's also kind of sweet, so I'm not too worried about the sweetness. Is that enough alcohol in there? I did what, 1.5 ounces of that? Do I want a different rum in there as well? I think there needs to be something else in there. So we're going to reach for something that's got a little kick to it, a little race, a little speed to it, because greyhounds are speedy animals, right?
So Matt has faith in your winging ability. But he agrees, dude, no one is as cute as our cats.
That is true. That is true. There's no one as cute as our cats.
Amanda asks, is the Passoa sweet?
It is kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's a liqueur. It is sweet. So I think we've got the sour and the sweet down because we're going to add grapefruit juice to this. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to shake this, just this, pour that in a glass over ice, and then I'm going to top with the grapefruit juice as if we were doing a greyhound. All right. So actually, what did I do? I did 1.5 ounces. Let me double this. So 1.5 ounces of La Favorite. Wow, brain just went, what? Dude, what are you doing? I don't know. It's 1.5 ounces of La Favorite, right? Please tell me I was right.
So the cake is a hummingbird cake.
Which is about as tiki a cake as you can get, as they found out on the way over. They were talking about it, and they were like, wait a second. We need half
Amanda
ounce.
asks, can you use Passoa in place of passion fruit syrup?
I would not, because A, it's not that sweet. B, you are adding 20% more alcohol to your cocktail in that case. I went with 1/2 ounce of the Passoa. I think that was right. It's a little more than 1/2 ounce. Okay, so there's our double. So, Smith & Cross, the reason I said the Smith & Cross gives us a little speed is because it's an overproof. It's coming in at 57% alcohol. Also has a little funk to it because it's Jamaican. So there you go. Now we're going to shake this with some ice. There's ice.
Elizabeth asks, is hummingbird a southern?
It is. If she Googles hummingbird bundt cake, Southern Living recipe, might give you a standard hummingbird cake.
All right, so there we go. We got 2 glasses. I'm not going to fill them entirely with pebble ice because we're going to shake this and it'll be cold enough already. But I'm doing this for volumetric control.
And the hummingbird in Old Town makes a very good one.
I've heard that.
There we go. You know what? I should. It's the first time doing anything like this. Let's taste this. Yeah, so this is one of the drawbacks to the large straws. They don't seal well with a single finger. That needs grapefruit juice. Oh man, does that need grapefruit juice? It's very pretty. And then we have fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. Often when I am looking for inspiration for these shows, I will hop online and I will see, hey, what national holiday is it? You know, is it National Beaver Dam Day or, you know, National Take Your Child to the Stock Market Day or something along those lines. Today is actually National Fresh Squeezed Juice Day. I'm like, oh, I could do something
Really?
special for... Wait, no, there's nothing special to do. We use fresh squeezed juice.
Juice day here.
All right, so now we're going to try this again. It's so much better with the grapefruit juice in it. Still missing something. Wow. Sprinkle a little Angostura on here, maybe? How does that work? Now we'll try this.
Oh,
There's
it's for New Year's resolutions of being healthier and drinking fresh squeezed juice.
So we're healthy. We're drinking
Right.
fresh squeezed juice. Yeah. There's a hollowness to this cocktail that makes me not very happy. Except, you know, as an ode to Earl, maybe that's a good thing. A certain emptiness or hollowness is maybe appropriate here. So I'm going to go with a large, round glass straw that we have gotten from Surfside Sips, and I'm going to put another. Well, I'm just going to go with this straw right there. I should probably garnish this. Where are my garnishes? There's my garnishes. Not a whole lot of garnishes to work with here, but I do happen to have some dehydrated grapefruit peel, so I can work with that. Let's do this. Scrunch. Do the same thing with this one. Right, and Nancy and Vince, there's a So Long Earl, and here's our So Long Earl. Now bear in mind that the original cocktail tastes just like grapefruit juice because it's made with vodka and grapefruit juice. A little heavy-handed on the ango, maybe, at the end.
That's a drink.
It's a drink. It's not very impressive.
I mean, it's something I drink at the dog track. And
Would you?
yeah, it's kind of refreshing.
Even while, you know, Richmond was losing?
Yeah.
Richmond for life, right?
Football is life.
Football is life.
But I will let you have some. Have some of
Yay.
that cocktail.
Yeah, you can tell she doesn't really like it. She's like, here, I'll let you have some of that. Add some unknown amount of lime juice to this. Doesn't it feel like there's just a... It's like there's
Yeah,
an initial hit,
there's
and then it's
a
just like poof, bottom
dip
drops
in
out,
there.
and then there's the ango coming in at the end.
Yeah.
You're like, what is this missing? Nope, that's not it. Or if so, not that much lime. I would have thought, frankly, that the Smith and Cross would be filling that middle ground.
Yeah.
And it's not. The Smith and Cross, the Jamaican note is just lost in this.
Yeah.
Also, maybe the La Favorite is not quite the right, or maybe Clarin or something with this would be better. Anything to give it some flavor besides just the Greyhound, which I wish to get smashed, and I like drinking grapefruit juice, is the Greyhound cocktail. It's ice cold, it's some vodka mixed in with grapefruit juice. That's all it is. So we're trying to improve on that here. Have we? I'd rather drink this than a Greyhound. But
Yes, absolutely.
although if you want a Greyhound, please let me know, because I've got a bottle of vodka in there that I gotta be using up at some point. So.
I'm going to shout out to Kathy and Don because it's their first time joining us because they read about it in our Christmas letter. Don and I were homework partners in civil engineering at Northwestern mumble years ago, which would be more than 5.
For all of you that know Star, it's not actually a euphemism this time.
No, we were actually study partners from before I met Pooch
Yeah, probably. Yep.
back in tech. Yeah.
Yep. She wound up with me, though. I win.
I didn't date Don.
Doesn't matter. You wound up with me as a study partner.
Studying cocktails?
There you go.
Okay.
The Ice-Berg is a much better cocktail than this. You know, I almost think that something like a little falernum or some orgeat would go well in that, but there is that. There's only so much you can do, right? All right, so now we have the last cocktail of the evening, I think. Is there anything else? Anything else you want to cover?
No?
Yeah. Shut up, let's eat some cake. Okay. Usually on this show, we show off our stuff, but this time we get to show off somebody else's swag.
Advertise for Geek.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you will instantly recognize, well, maybe not. If you're a fan of the sort of the new Doctor Who, like 9th, 10th Doctor, that sort of thing, you might not recognize that character. This is the
Tiki.
constant companion of the Tom Baker Doctor. This is K9. Hung out with Adric and Romana and Leela.
So
Somebody's made her
Matt
laugh.
making comments on before I met Pooch is the Wayback Machine. Don said we put the civil in civil engineering, and then Elizabeth is, oh my God, I need one about the mug.
Okay, so Bleach. Bleach is one of the longest running anime and manga. It is it's considered one of the big 3. So the big 3 would be Naruto, Bleach, and dude turns giant monkey. Oh man, I can't believe I'm totally drawing a blank. Z.
Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, the balls with the dragons and the things, and yeah, Dragon Ball Z. So, and all of its various incarnations are considered sort of the big 3 in not really modern anime. They were the big 3 that made anime a global sensation. And the anime arc for Bleach stopped ahead of the end of the manga. And so there was this one final massive arc that was left undone. And they decided that, you know what, let's go back and do it. And they've hired some of the original voice actors to do the dubbing. If you're watching the dubs, they also have the subtitled versions out. I don't even remember what channel has them, but it's quite good after many years of not seeing these characters that you kind of fell in love with and enjoyed watching their character arcs, it's nice to see them come back again. And it's like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, that sort of thing. Either that or it's just at 3 in the morning. Anything is particularly interesting and fun. So I don't know which one it was, but so this is the final arc. This is the 1,000-Year Blood War. It is the big war between and I'm not going to be doing any spoilers because it comes out in the first episode, the Soul Reapers and the Quincy's, and
Looks like it's on Hulu.
Hulu, that seems right, yep. And yeah, and you learn all sorts of things that you didn't know about your main characters. So it is also, all too often the anime can tend to be cutesy. Be prepared to lose some characters that you're fond of early on. Just gonna lay that out there that nobody's safe in this one. So we needed to do something because I was watching I got through the first 12 episodes of it, so it's only half-hour arcs, so it's fine. So what we're gonna do is there's a drink called the Rain of Blood that I found on Kindred Cocktails, and we're going to make a variation of that one because I can. That's what we're going to do. All right, we start out with lime juice, just a 1/4 ounce of lime juice. So we're going to go 1/2 ounce because we're going to double this. I didn't know CCR was a surf rock group, but okay. And then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce, so that's 1.5 ounces of grapefruit juice. If we have it.
The Low Straight Jackets cover of Susie X.
Ow. Let's see, what else do we need? 1/2 ounce, or in this case, 1 ounce of chartreuse. And here we're going with the green chartreuse. As opposed to last week where we went with the yellow. Unless I can't get it open, then that could start.
Green or yellow?
Yes, green.
Or yellow?
Green. Green! 1/2 ounce. So it's a 1/2 ounce for 1, 1 ounce for 2. And then we got 2 ounces of rum. And the cocktail recipe calls for rum. Okay, you want to give me a hint here? I guess not. So what do you think? Should we go like ultra high test and funky? Should we go mild mannered? Yeah, what's chartreuse going to go with?
Chartreuse needs something substantial against it, I would think.
Lemon heart.
Lemon heart, spit across.
Oh, the
How about the Beach Bum Berries Zombie Blend?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
So I said 2 ounces, right? So that would be
OFTD.
So that'd be like 4 total ounces of rum going in this. So there's 2 ounces of the zombie blend. And then we're going to go 1/3 ounce of the zombie blend. This is going to be strong. And did I hear somebody say Lemon Heart 151?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Oh, we get that too? All right.
So we're 1 ounce short, so might as well make that up, right? Besides, I need to kill this bottle.
Don and Kathy have been watching the early episodes on YouTube.
I'm sorry.
They are
We got
mentioning that
better.
they really like the new camera. They can read the labels.
I'm so sorry. Alright, I am going to do this with some pebble ice and then a couple of chunks. Because I think we want a fair amount of dilution here. Probably. Bitters? Bitters? What we got? Polynesian bitters, Cuban bitters, love potion bitters, old-fashioned vanilla bitters, Havana and High.
Ooh.
The Havana and High?
Yeah.
Okay. We just go down naming things until people go, oh, that sounds good. Yes, the cat's...
Elizabeth says strong might be an understatement for what you're mixing up there.
It's only got 2 dashes of bitters in it. All right. So then this can go just right in there. And then we'll go shaky, shaky. No, that wasn't actually the seal breaking that splashed me. It was water along the edge of the, what was that? No, if the seal had broken, believe me, you would have known it. Yeah.
You didn't find a new way for quality control.
No. Do I have a straw? I do have a straw. Let's try this.
Brain's thinking. More lime.
No. Yes, that is what I grabbed. That's not what it needs. Phew. We're gonna reshake this. We're gonna add some sweet components to this.
Ah.
All right. Now let's hope that this still fits. Nope. So it's going to happen again, right? I'm going to splash myself with, yeah, let's do it. There we go. Yeah, because it's diluted and therefore gotten, yeah. Stop. Try this again. Need something to clear the palate. This was water, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. There we go. That's much better. Oh. There are a lot of tiki drinks that are built around the concept of this drink will get you hammered and you will never know it. This is not one of those drinks. It starts off that way. You're like, oh, this is kind of, wow, what is that at the back end?
Go behind and get it since it's in your mug. Okay. It's okay.
I am going to put a little more ice in here.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm running on high octane fuel.
Yeah.
There we go. Dun, dun,
Let's
dun.
make her step around and I want to see her taste it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Oh.
There you go. Ta-da. She spits all over the keyboard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that one anymore.
Oh yeah.
Nom nom nom.
It's gonna get me drunk, and I know it's gonna get me drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's not messing around. This one's like
Sometimes it's good to be.
strong. She didn't make the face. Well, that's good. What can I do here? I can do this. 'Cause there's still some left in here. Yep, that's quite tasty. I'm okay with that. So there you go. I'm just going to call that the Blood War, and we're going to work on it more. I do think it needs something, but I'm not sure what. So I'm going to hold off and not try and play around with it and possibly mix it up. But yeah, the addition of the 151. Yeah, that's you can tell that that's there. There's not just the bite of the alcohol that you get from the 151. It has a very distinctive flavor to it. I always think that there's sort of a hint of anise or licorice to the Lemon Heart 151. Sometimes that is just played up by the fact, oh, that. Shh. Let's try that. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Even better. I just
Oh, it does.
grab the dog by the head.
Yeah, it's a convenient handle.
Aren't you glad I didn't do the so long Earl in that mug?
Aww.
All right, so this is what we do every week. We get together, either my wife and I, or my wife and I and friends, fellow cocktail enthusiasts, fellow people that just want to see us for a few hours. We get
Random
together.
neighbors that want to get drunk.
Neighbors who want to get drunk. Yes. Here we are. I like to think we are not drinking for a fact. We are drinking because we enjoy.
No, but we have one time had a neighbor that needed,
and we provided
yes.
for that need. Yes, we did that quite well. So this is what we do every week, 7:30. Sometimes we're traveling, so you'll get something on the road, often from either somebody's living room or a hotel room.
Like next weekend.
There's a very distinct possibility that next weekend, like not even a distinct possibility, it will be a remote broadcast.
We just don't know where.
We just don't know where it's
from.
going to be from. So there is
Somewhere
that.
between in Atlanta or somewhere between Atlanta and here. Because
We don't know.
where are we going?
Are we going somewhere? We're going to Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Why are we going to Atlanta, hon?
Are you going to pull out the glass? Is that what you're doing?
That's Hidden Harbor. Oh yeah. This word, Inuhele? Is Inuhele? Yeah. This is actually the 2020 mug, which is the double rocks glass or Mai Tai glass. They didn't actually have a live one in 2020,
Right.
but we did make the 2022 one and had quite a good time, and are looking forward to going back and seeing folks and people and talking all things tiki. We recommend, if you're enjoying tiki broadcasts, whether mine, somebody else's, mine and somebody else's, whatever, that you check out one of the tiki conventions at some point. We absolutely had a blast and loved it, and just a bunch of really, really friendly. Yes, the cats just absolutely are totally cute and need to be petted. Yes, I understand. So we keep trying to come up with a catchphrase here so that I can sign off. I think the latest incarnation of this is just to say, we are Lovecraft Cocktails, and, well, the end is nigh. So I do need, my tradition is to be drinking something as we go off the air. So I'm going to hit the big red button that says end live video, and I'm going to drink. So talk to you later. Remember, the end is nigh.